Hey there! Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to teach you all that you need to know to become an impromptu speaker. You interested? Come on in! Some of you may not know what impromptu speaking is. Let me explain. In impromptu speaking, you're given a topic on the spot and you have to speak on the topic for a few minutes without any preparation. Let me give you an example. The topic for you is what is your favorite movie and why? Now, you need to recollect your favorite movie in the matter of seconds and you need to tell as to why that is your favorite movie among all the other movies that you've watched. How to become a great impromptu speaker? When you look at people who have achieved great success in their life, you get to realize that their journey to success wasn't that easy. Let me give you the example of football or soccer as it's called in the West. One of the most loved players in recent history is Lionel Messi. When you see him running with the ball, going past a few other players, beating the goalie, and finally scoring the goal, it seems like magic, and he makes it look so easy. But behind all of this, there's a path that he had to take to get where he is today. And that path involved practicing for hours in sun and rain, day in and day out, to perfect his game and to get him where he is today. Let me take the example of athletics. Let me ask you a question. What name comes to your mind when I say fastest runner in recent history? That's right, it's Usain Bolt. When you say Usain Bolt run in the Olympic 100-meter finals, he makes it look like he's a gifted runner. He runs it with such ease. And then he shows the Bolt sign at the end of the race and smiles at all the cameras. But think about the journey that he had to go through to get there. He had to practice for hours every day and follow a very strict diet for 4 straight years to get to the Olympic finals. And the race only lasts 10 seconds. If that's not pressure, then what is? Impromptu speaking is no different. It also requires hours of practice and preparation to master it. Let me break this to you step by step and explain the preparation needed to master impromptu speaking. You will learn what it takes to become a Usain Bolt or a Lionel Messi in impromptu speaking. The first thing that you need to do in order to handle your impromptu speaking with ease and confidence is to have a grand repository inside your brain. So, what do I mean by grand repository? You must have gathered a lot of information and stored them in your brain for easy retrieval. Now, let me break this information down to you. The first kind of information, and the one that will create the most impact, is your own personal life stories. I want you to recollect all the memories of your life from your birth till this day. I want you to rewind your life history and look at all the incidents that have shaped you as a person. What are the biggest failures that you've encountered? What are the biggest challenges that you've faced? And how did you overcome those challenges? If you recollect these challenges and how you overcame them, it will inspire your audience, for they would have come across these same challenges. When I was a child, I was an introvert, a shy kid. I never wanted to participate in any of the competition. I was afraid to get on stage. But coming from there to participating in various speaking competitions, starting my own YouTube channel, and speaking in front of millions of people like you. Now that's a story worth sharing. Similarly, you might have faced so many challenges, so many setbacks, so many failures, disasters, catastrophes in your life. I want you to consciously recollect them and store them in your grand repository. This way, you can quickly recollect them during your impromptu speeches. The second kind of information is personal stories from the people around you. It can be your siblings, your parents, your friends, your teachers, or even your relatives. They would have shared their personal stories with you. You can quickly refer to them during your impromptu speeches. The third kind of information are personal stories from famous personalities. This could include entrepreneurs, singers, actors, musicians, politicians, national leaders, and so on. You can share their stories in your impromptu speeches to inspire your audience. The fourth kind of information is from reading books. Many great authors throughout history have given their best ideas in their books. You can use them to inspire your audience. The fifth kind of information are popular stories from fables, folk tales, mythology, epics, and so on. Let me give you an example. All of you would have heard the story of the rabbit and the tortoise, or the hare and the tortoise, in your childhood. You can use stories like these at appropriate places in your impromptu speeches. You can also look at giving your own twist to these stories and adding them in your speeches. The sixth kind of information is movies. There are so many movies out there with great messages that can inspire your audience. The trick here is to pick popular movies that many in your audience would have watched. This way, you don't have to explain the movie in great detail. You can just mention the incident and give your message, and the audience will immediately receive it. A lot of humorous speakers use this strategy. They take incidents from your grand repository and add humor on top of that. This way, it works with the audience very well. I've given you 6 types of information that you can store in your grand repository. If you can think of more, please leave them in the comments below. Now let's look at the various categories of topics in impromptu speaking. Category number 1 is favorites. For example, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite book? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite tourist destination? And so on. So you can think of different permutations and combinations and prepare for them. Category number 2 is opinions. For example, what is your opinion about climate change? What do you think about the current economic situation? And so on. So be prepared for any possibilities in this category. Category number 3 is truths. For example, what is the most embarrassing moment in your life? What is one moment in your life that you want to relive? And so on. So work out different scenarios and prepare for them. Category number 4, imagination. For example, what if you were stranded on an island? What if a genie came to you and gave you 3 wishes? What would those 3 wishes be? What if you were a billionaire for a day? What changes would you make to this world? And so on. Category number 4 is imagination. For example, what if you were stranded on an island? What if a genie came to you and gave you 3 wishes? What would those 3 wishes be? What if you were a billionaire for a day? What changes would you bring to this earth? And so on. Think about the various topics that can come in the category of imagination and prepare for them. I've given you 4 broad categories of impromptu speeches. If you can think of more, please leave them in the comments below. Now let me give you a strategy on preparing for impromptu speeches. What I do is, my parents, brother, and I sit at home and give each other different impromptu speech topics and speak on them. You can do the same with your family or friends and practice your impromptu speaking. I hope you found value from this video on impromptu speaking. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Now I have a favor to ask you. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button to get notified when my next video comes out. Can you do that? Until we meet in my next video, take care, bye bye.